Welcome to the Auto Upkeep Academy. This is a quick start guide to help you as a student sign in and navigate our system. So go ahead and visit academy.autoupkeep.com, and when you get to the site, you can go ahead and click on the help page. Once you're on the help page, there's a spot where you can reset a password, and then down below are instructions on how to log into the Academy. Basically, there are two ways that your school may have registered you as a student. They may have used your school email address, or if your school did not register you with an email address, then they will issue you a password. So basically, there are two ways to log in. Both methods use their first four steps. So you visit academy.autoupkeep.com, which is the site you're on right now. You go ahead and click sign in. Then you enter your username or email address, and then you hit continue. Now there's two options. If your school used your email address, you can use a passwordless login link, which means then you can just click send and then go to your email and click a login link. Now be aware that this may have gone to your junk or spam folder. This login link is only good once per day, so the next day you need to request a new login link. An easier option sometimes is just to go ahead and set your password. So this is the password login. So instead of clicking send, you would click in login with username and password. You would go ahead and put your password in here. If you don't know your password, you can click forgot password, and then once you've reset your password, you can enter it here. If you're on your own device, click remember me. If you're on a shared device, do not click remember me. This will make it so the next time you log in, if you're on your own device, your browser will remember your password, and then you go ahead and click login. Okay. Let's go ahead and demo this right here. So I'm going to go ahead and click sign in. I'm going to go ahead and put my username in here. This is similar to the way that your school registered you. So it'll be your state, and then your school name, and then an ID number after that. I'm going to go ahead and click continue, and then I need to go ahead and enter my password. So I'm going to go ahead and click login with username and password down here, and then I'm going to go ahead and put my password in. Since I'm on my own device, I am going to click remember me. Again, if you're not on your own device, if you're on a shared device, don't click remember me, and then I'll click login. Once I'm logged in, you will see your username up top here, and now you can go ahead and navigate throughout the system. The first place you can go to is you can go to your name up top and hit this drop down. You can go to your profile and you can go to view. When you view your profile, there's a place to change your profile photo. There's a place to change your cover photo. Now we only allow images of cars for your profile photo and your cover photo. So only upload a picture of a car with no people in them. So do not upload a picture of yourself. If you do, it will be taken down. Okay, so just upload a picture of a car in both places. Here you will see that you've logged in once and you've earned 10 miles. So there's some gamification components to the Academy that I'm going to teach you about here in just a little bit. You have 0 credits right now, and you have 0 tool investments. Okay. You can also click on your groups down here, and down here you will see whatever class period or block or section you are in as a student. When you click into that section or your class period, you will see yourself as a student, and the green dot means that you're online. Your teacher may be listed. The administrator of the website is listed, and then other students in your class. Okay. From here, you can click on discussions and see if your teacher has started a new discussion here that you may need to read. Okay. You should go ahead and subscribe to this discussion board, so if your teacher does post anything in here, you will get notifications right up on the top up here. You can also click on courses down here, and this will list all the courses that you have available to you. The first course that you must do is the Academy Registration and Orientation course. So go ahead and click on that course. And as you can see, it's a real short course. It only takes you about 15 to 20 minutes to complete. And you can go ahead and click Start Course. When you do this, the navigation is pretty easy. You can click play if you want to listen to the paragraph right here, or you can just read it. Okay? As you complete different pages, it'll start to check off these circles over here. And if you scroll down, let's say we went and listened to this whole page. Okay? Then we would hit the next arrow. Now we're on creating an account. Okay? Your account is already created. This just tells you that we have different types of students in the academy. We have K-12 students, college students, and independent learners. Okay? Once you've listened to and read that, then you can hit the next arrow. And as you can see, it checked off this box here, and we're partially done with the registration part of this course. This is going to talk about managing your profiles. And again, it explains that you should not change this number. Do not change that to your actual name. You need to leave that name the way it is. Okay? This is due to student data privacy laws in many states. Okay? Again, you can update your profile and cover photos by going here, but only upload pictures of cars. Find your favorite car and go ahead and upload that. Once I've completed that, I can go ahead and hit the next arrow again. And now it's going to tell me a little bit on how the orientation of this academy works. Once I've listened to that, I can go ahead and hit the next arrow, and it's going to tell me about all these different icons that you're going to see throughout the curriculum. I'm going to hit the next arrow. Our courses are outlined with an introduction, objectives, content, summary, activities, a review, and a test. And that's how all of these courses are organized. You can continue to go through the orientation and registration course, and it's going to talk about that our videos are embedded from YouTube. We sometimes have videos embedded through what we call as an iframe. As you can see, this website is actually embedding the website that we're actually on, just as an example. So we've listened to and read about that, and now we're going to learn about the gamification parts of the curriculum. So this is pretty important. So as you go through the curriculum, you don't want to just arrow through these really quick and just to get the check marks, because if you do that, you are not going to get all the rewards that you need, and your teacher may be grading you on different things. For example, every day that you log in, you earn 10 miles on your odometer. Every question set that you answer on the bottom of different pages, you earn 25 miles on your odometer. And I'll show you that here in a minute. Now, different miles lead to different destinations. Okay? So as you accumulate these different miles here, you're going to be traveling to all the lower 48 states and travel over 16,000 miles. Now you'll also earn credits, but the only way to earn credits is to do the course review questions right before the test. And then once you earn these credits, then you can buy virtual tools for your toolbox. You also earn trophies if you get 100% on a test. And as you complete different courses, you'll earn different types of vehicles. Okay? So you'll go ahead and complete this Academy Registration Orientation course, and then you can also earn course certificates as you go through the curriculum, and you can read about this and how you can print off those certificates. In the end, there's just a disclaimer that you need to read and listen to. Okay? So let's say we've completed the Academy Registration Orientation course, and you can see now that it's 100% complete. I can go to my name up top here and go to my courses, in my courses here, and then you'll see that that course has been completed. Now that's the shortest course of all of them. It's just an introduction to how this system works. Then you need to listen to your instructor on which course they want you to start next. Okay? So if your instructor wants you to start, for example, how cars work, you could click on how cars work. You could read this introduction paragraph, and then you could click start course. And when you do that, this is the table of contents for the course over here. Again, it's laid out in the same way as the Academy Registration Orientation course. So you need to go through and you need to either listen to this or read that paragraph, and then you need to answer these questions at the bottom of the pages. And these questions come directly from the paragraph up above. Okay, so we're not trying to trick you here. We just want to make sure that you're reading and listening to this paragraph. Okay, so once you've answered this question, you can go ahead and click check, and you can click finish. And when you do those questions on the bottom of the pages, that's how you earn miles on your odometer. So then you can go back up to your name, you can go to your travel route, and this is part of the gamification component. Okay? And be patient, this may take a little bit to populate because it has to pull in data from what you've completed and also pictures of all the stops on the travel route. So now it is populated, and it has shown me that I have earned a shared vehicle now. I've arrived at Yellowstone National Park, and my trip odometer is 35 miles. Okay, here's my odometer here too. So everybody starts at Yellowstone National Park, and then you travel to all these different destinations. And you can click on these links to learn about these different destinations. If you scroll down to the bottom of the page, you'll see a map, and it's a long ways down here. And here's a map. So you'll start at Yellowstone, and you'll travel to each one of these different destinations. Okay? But the only way to start traveling to these different destinations is by logging in each day and by doing those review questions in the bottom of each page. Now down below that, it'll show you how much each of these courses are worth. So if you do all the review questions on the bottom of the pages for the How Cars Work course that we started, you could earn up to 600 miles. Now different courses are longer than others and some are shorter. So for example, tools and equipment, if you do all the questions on the bottom of that page throughout the course, you could earn 1,675 miles. So as a teacher, your teacher may actually grade you on how far you get through this course. You'll have to ask your teacher on that. Okay? So another part of the gamification part is earning credits. And once you've earned credits, you can go to your virtual tool store. Okay? This will take a little bit to populate too, so please be patient. And as you can see, as a student, I have not earned any credits yet. Okay, there's my student ID. But once you start earning credits, and the only way to earn credits is by doing the big review before the test, and I'll show you that here in a minute. Then you can start unlocking different tools. And then these tools will be added to your toolbox. And you also have an opportunity to learn about those tools when you start unlocking them. Okay? Different tools are worth different amounts of credits. Think of credits as money. Okay? If you go back to your name up top, and you go back to your courses and my courses, and let's go back to that course we started. As you can see, we started this How Cars Work course. It says it's 2% complete. I can click on How Cars Work, and I can just click Continue to pick up where I left off. Okay. See, I've already started the introduction of How Cars Work, and it jumped me to the page that I am on now. So let's say I've listened to this, I've read this, and I'm going to hit the next arrow. Once I've done that, I'm going to listen to this paragraph, the timeline, and I can see that this lesson has multiple different learning areas here. So we have early years, Henry Ford, and growth over 100 years. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the next arrow after I've listened to this. I'm going to listen to this paragraph about the early years, and then you'll see that there's a question down here. So I'm going to want to answer that question, hit check, and then I'm going to hit finish. And that's going to add another 25 miles to my odometer to get me down on the course. I can hit the next arrow, and now I'm going to learn about Henry Ford. So I can either read this or play this, the audio. And down below you can see that there's a video embedded. So then you should also watch this video right here. Underneath that, there's an embedded website from the Henry Ford Museum. This will give you an opportunity to learn about the Henry Ford Museum. Then there's another question. So always answer those questions on the bottom of the pages. I'm going to answer that question and I'm going to hit finish. Okay. So remember, my odometer was at about 35 miles. Now let's go ahead and I can check my odometer. Now I'm at 85 miles. That's because I've answered those questions on the bottom of the pages. Okay. I'm still at Yellowstone National Park. I still have one daily login. If I go back to my name, go back to my courses, and if you scroll down and find your course again, now it shows that I'm 10% complete. I can click on that course, and I can continue where I left off again. So I don't have to start from the beginning. It's going to pick up where I left off. And I'm still on this lesson of automotive timeline. I've done early years in Henry Ford. I can either click on over there and go to growth over 100 years. It's going to pick this up right here. I can hit the next arrow. And it's going to jump me down to this section here of how cars work. So you would continue to go through the curriculum, answering the questions on the bottom of the pages. And let's say you've done all this content here, and now you're at the end of this, at the summary. So you need to follow this sequentially, and let's say you've gotten down to the summary down here. You would listen to the summary page, and down here you can also learn about a career. We have a career link here for the Occupational Outlook Handbook that's published by the Bureau of Labor Statistics by the U.S. government. And we'll sometimes have an embedded video on the bottom. This one is just a general video regarding a career and technology education teacher. Okay. Let's say we've done this page. We're going to hit next. Now you're on a page where it says activities, how cars work. Now this says that these activities extend what you have learned. If you're taking this course independently, these are optional. If you have an instructor assigned to this course, please verify with your instructor which activities are required. So you're going to check with your instructor and see which of these activities are required. Go ahead and hit the next arrow. Okay. And let's say your instructor assigned you this activity, this car identification activity. You would listen to the objective. Now this gives you an opportunity down here to download Adobe Acrobat Reader to your device. If you already have this on your device, then you can just scroll all the way down to the bottom. And you can download the activity. You have to read this. And then you have to acknowledge this and hit download. Once you've downloaded the activity, you can open up the activity and you can complete this activity. Now for the name up here, you should use your username that's registered in the system. Don't use your actual name. Use your username that's been registered. You can put the class and the date, and you can start completing this activity. Read through it and check it off as you complete it. Okay. Down below there's going to be some activity journal questions that you would answer. And then you would need to go ahead and save this to your device, so then you have an opportunity to submit that to your teacher. So let's say we've completed this activity, we've saved it, and we're going to go back to the academy. Once you're on the academy, ask your instructor if he or she would like you to upload the assignment, or some teachers have you upload the assignment in Canvas, Blackboard, or another learning management system. If they want you to upload it here, you would click Browse, and you would find that file. Make sure you're uploading the file that you saved and not uploading just the original file you downloaded. Because if you just upload the original file you downloaded, it's going to be blank. So you need to make sure you upload the file that you actually completed and resaved and renamed. Then you click Upload. Okay. Let's say we've done that activity. We're going to go ahead and hit the next arrow. And then here's another activity that you would check with your instructor, whether or not he or she would like you to complete that activity. Same process here. As you would download an activity, you would complete the activity, resave it, and either upload it into our system, or you would send it to your teacher through Canvas or Google Classroom or however they want you to send that activity. After the activity, you could hit the next arrow, and now here is where you have a big review for this course. Okay? Now there's a lot of questions here, but these review questions are ones that you've already done. Now, if you're on a page like this where you can't see the whole image and you need to drag and drop these blocks, these text blocks, you can hit Control and minus or Command and minus on a Mac and make it smaller so it'll fit within your screen. To get back, you can hit Command 0 or Control 0 or use your Command plus or Control plus to get back to the size that you want to see. Okay, so you can zoom in and out that way. You would answer all these questions, and then when you're done, you're going to earn 100 credits to buy virtual tools. And that's the only way you're going to be able to buy tools, is by doing these review questions that prepare you for the test. Okay? So make sure you do these review questions, and then when you go and check your profile, you're going to have 100 credits to buy tools out of the virtual tool store. After you've done the review here, you're going to hit the next arrow, and then you're ready to take the test here. You can hit the next arrow one more time, and then you can click Start Test. Okay? And as you can see from the test here, there's 20 questions. Now the answers to these questions are going to be submitted, and you will get automatic results once you submit them. Okay? So you would go ahead and answer these questions. You would choose an answer, hit Next. Now if you want to skip an answer, you can click Review Question and go to the next question. Then before you submit your test, you know that you need to go back to that question right there. Okay? Once you know you've answered all these questions, then you can submit your test and you'll get your results. Okay? We don't limit the number of times you can take the test. Ask your instructor if he or she has any limits, but it'll record the highest test score that you achieve. Now your instructor will know how many times you've taken the test through their management system. Once you've submitted your test, then you can go back to the course. Okay? Now if we would have completed all these, it would have checked all these off, right? So you want to make sure that you've got 100% complete here, plus you've completed the test at the end. When you go back to your name up there, you can always also go to your transcript, and your transcript is going to pull in your highest test score right in here. Okay? Down below, you can look at your report card and see if you've taken a test. And as you can see, I haven't taken a test and I haven't submitted those activities. Okay? You can also print your transcript from right here. Now, once you submit those activities, your instructor can adjust the grades on those. So just be aware of that. When you submit it, your instructor needs some time to actually adjust those grades. Okay? You can go back up to your name up top here, and you can also go to leaderboards. Now be patient with this one too, because this takes a little bit of time to populate. Okay? So now this is showing your classroom up top up here and how everybody is doing in the class. And one of the reasons we use this type of numbering system for your username is that it's not showing your name on the leaderboard. So the only way somebody else will know who you are is if you tell them your number. Okay? So this keeps you anonymous on the leaderboard. And as you can see, this student that's on the #1 position on the leaderboard has earned 630 miles, which means they've done all the questions for the How Cars Work course. They've earned 100 credits, meaning they've done the big review before the test. Now that student could use those 100 credits and start buying tools. And you would start seeing these tools being populated right here. This student also received 100%, got a perfect score on the test, so they earned 1 trophy. And the student is logged in 3 times. Okay? You can find yourself on here. Here's your username, 23928 for me. 23928, so I'm number 6 on the leaderboard right now. I've earned 85 miles, but I haven't completed that big review before the test, and I didn't submit the test, so I didn't get the 100% on the test, obviously. Okay? This tells you where the different locations people are at. So the leaderboard is a fun way to get motivated to keep continuing to do the work that you need to do. Again, the only way you're going to earn miles is by doing those questions on the bottom of each page. The only way to earn credits is by doing the big review before the test. And then you can use those credits to buy tools over here. Okay. You can go back to your name up top, and you can go to your Achievements tab. And this will be where you can stop and look at where your miles are, your credits are, your tool investments, and if you have any trophies, you can click on these here. If you've purchased any tools, it would show it down here. Okay, so this student has not earned or purchased any tools yet. It also shows you your different destinations. Okay, we're at Yellowstone National Park. So that's kind of a quick overview on how the system works. Okay, you can always go to your courses here and see how you're doing within your different courses. Okay, and please follow the directions from your instructor, but always complete this Academy registration and orientation course first. That only takes about 15 to 20 minutes to do. Complete that and then follow the instructions by your instructor on which courses to complete next. Most instructors have you complete how cars work, tools and equipment, and safety. But check with your instructor on what he or she requires. If you have any questions, ask your instructor. And your instructor, if they have any questions, they can ask me. Thanks for using Auto Upkeep.